Welcome to Lesson 3.7, Costs and Execution of Decrees. In this session, we'll explore the principles behind awarding costs in civil litigation and the procedures for executing decrees to ensure justice is effectively enforced. Costs and execution of decrees represent the final stages of a civil trial. Costs ensure fair allocation of litigation expenses, while execution enables the successful party to enforce the court's decree and realize the relief granted. Principles governing costs in litigation legal framework. The award of costs is governed by Sections 35 to 35B of the CPC. These provisions empower courts to allocate costs fairly, deter frivolous litigation, and compensate parties for reasonable expenses. Types of costs. There are three key types of costs in civil litigation. 1. General costs, Section 35, covering court fees, advocate fees, and other litigation expenses. 2. Compensatory costs, Section 35A, awarded when a party files frivolous or vexatious suits. 3. Costs for delay, Section 35B, imposed on parties causing unnecessary delays in proceedings. Principles governing costs. Courts consider these factors when awarding costs. 1. Discretion. Costs are determined at the court's discretion, reflecting fairness. 2. Compensation. The successful party is compensated for reasonable expenses. 3. Penalty for frivolity. Costs penalize baseless suits and delay tactics. Landmark case law. In Salem Advocate Bar Association v. Union of India, the Supreme Court emphasized that costs must accurately reflect actual expenses and deter frivolous litigation. General principles and modes of execution, legal framework. Execution of decrees is governed by Order 21 of the CPC, providing detailed procedures for enforcing court decisions. General principles. Key principles of execution include 1. Application by decree holder. The decree holder must initiate the process by filing an execution application. 2. Jurisdiction. The executing court must have territorial and pecuniary jurisdiction over the judgment debtor or the property. 3. Notice to judgment debtor. The court serves notice to ensure compliance before proceeding. Modes of execution. Execution can be carried out in several ways. 1. Delivery of possession, applicable in property disputes. 2. Attachment and sale of property, used for recovering monetary decrees. 3. Arrest and detention, reserved for willful noncompliance. Landmark case law. In Madhya Pradesh Electricity Board versus A.N. Raja, the court held that execution must align strictly with the decree's terms and CPC provisions. Arrest, detention, and attachment. Arrest and detention. Under Sections 51 and 55-59 of the CPC, imprisonment is allowed only when the judgment debtor willfully refuses to comply with the decree. The court must issue a warrant of arrest before detention. Attachment of property. Order 21, Rules 41-54 govern property attachment. The court can attach movable or immovable property, but certain assets, like tools of trade or wages, are exempt under Section 60. Landmark case law. In Jolly George Vergas v. Bank of Cochin, the Supreme Court held that imprisonment for debt repayment violates constitutional principles unless the default is willful. Sale and distribution of proceeds. Sale of property. Attached property is sold via auction under court supervision. Sale details are publicized, and the highest bidder acquires the property upon payment. Distribution of proceeds. Proceeds are distributed in this order. 1. Costs of execution. 2. Decree amount. 3. Claims from other creditors. Any surplus is refunded to the judgment debtor. Landmark case law. In Ambati Narasaya v. M. Subbarao, the Supreme Court clarified that the sale should be proportionate to the decree amount, avoiding excessive attachment. Practical examples. Example 1. Costs awarded in a suit. A successful plaintiff in a property dispute is awarded $50,000 in costs, covering advocate fees and court expenses. Example 2. Attachment and sale. A judgment debtor's car is attached and auctioned to recover a decree amount of $5,000. Example 3. Arrest and detention. A judgment debtor who willfully refuses to pay despite sufficient resources is detained in civil prison for 30 days. Example 4. Distribution of proceeds. Proceeds from the sale of attached property are used to pay the decree holder $100,000, with the surplus refunded to the judgment debtor. Common mistakes to avoid. To ensure smooth execution. 1. Avoid incomplete applications. Include all required details to prevent delays. 2. Avoid excessive attachment. Attach property proportionate to the decree amount. 3. Respect exemptions. Attempting to attach exempt property can invalidate execution. Conclusion. Costs and execution of decrees are vital for ensuring that court decisions are effectively enforced. Understanding the principles and procedures under the CPC ensures fair and efficient resolution of disputes while upholding justice. Thank you for joining this lesson. In the next session, we will explore Module 4, Specialized Suits and Appeals, focusing on their application in civil proceedings. See you there. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more valuable legal insights and updates. youtube.com/ProLegalMinds. If you have any legal questions or need assistance, visit us at prolegalminds.com to connect with our expert team. We're here to help you navigate the complexities of the law with confidence. Stay informed, stay empowered. See you in the next session.